you guys. It is time for another reset. It is time to declutter my mind, declutter my space, even though I don't think my space is that cluttered, but to really reset my apartment and just get things on track. I feel like it puts me in a good mental place. I feel like it makes me feel a good kind of energy. I have my checklist of things that I want to do. I want to focus on the apartment, kitchen, bathroom, the floors, standard stuff. And then I kind of want to declutter a little bit of my, or at least reorganize a few things in the apartment. And then I want to do a grocery restock. I really desperately need to do a grocery restock. I ate the majority of the food that I had in my fridge over the last couple of days, so things are pretty bare. I did get my farm to people order, which is mostly greens. I'm gonna try to break my time down into about like maybe 45 to 50 minutes per area of the apartment. Luckily, I think some of the resetting that I did a few months back is still in place. But yeah, let's get started. Let's get the ball rolling again. So we are gonna start in the kitchen. I am embarrassed to say that this little section, which is my favorite part of the apartment because it's just so cute, but it is the most neglected part of my apartment. I haven't cleaned this in so long. I pretty much always kind of clean this shelf because I use the cups every single day, but up here I have no idea what's going on. So I'm gonna kind of clean from top down and start by just putting all of these basically in the dishwasher, except for these little teacups, which I think are probably better off hand washed. The history of some of these things are really cute. These that say oil and vinegar, I actually picked them up randomly outside someone's house who had them kind of given away in like a little bit of a yard sale. This little tea thingy, which I think is so cute, I got at a street corner sale somewhere in California. Part of this is already in the wash, but it's kind of like a little tea and sugar set from one of my old coworkers. Part of the reason I really like this part is because I have a few like really sentimental items up there and they somehow all kind of managed to work together. I picked up this vegan cookbook from my library months and months and months ago, and I have not baked a single item. I was really determined to bake something, but then I got really intimidated. I don't know, baking just freaks me out, but I want to challenge myself to bake at least one of these desserts because look, that's a Boston cream pie. It looks so beautiful. I think I'm gonna pick one dessert and I will bake it. This dishwasher is packed to the brim. I am definitely gonna have to do 2 loads. That's not as bad as I thought. I think I was expecting a lot more dust and debris. It's definitely dusty, but not as terrible as I thought. But never mind, the lower levels are definitely bad. This is what we're looking like. Well, these are all of the things that I had to hand wash because I didn't want them in the dishwasher that are gonna go back up there, but the kitchen is done. I always underestimate how long it takes me to finish the kitchen, but it's all done. Don't mind the dishes. This is what everything's looking like in this little section over here. I feel like I'm making good progress right now. I'm gonna move on to the bathroom, and then that's really the biggest thing. I feel like my kitchen and bathroom are always the 2 major places that I have to clean, like clean down, but I'm in good spirits. I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm gonna rest you guys in a very precarious position. The floors are going to be the last things that I clean. I am starting to hit such a wall. I've basically been needing a midday nap very often because of my allergy fatigue. I took a Claritin this morning, but I'm still starting to get so tired. So I'm gonna keep moving because I do want to finish up the cleaning today, and then I definitely want to try to make it out to the grocery store and make a grocery list because I feel like I have no idea what I need outside of like produce, which I already have. I want to show you guys this little area though because it's so, I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of a mess. Basically it just has my vacuum stuff and a yoga mat, things that clearly need to be moved but more or less end up staying here. Like, it's just such a dead area, and I'm trying to decide if I want to actually put something there. I have a mirror at the front of the apartment that I could theoretically put there. I do prefer the mirror out there because then I can do a last check before I go, but I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do here. It's just so empty. I'm thinking maybe a small wooden-ish storage, something that maybe goes up about that high, that I can put stuff in and like put a couple baskets in and make it look cute. I definitely feel like it could use some more character in here. I've kind of come to realize that maybe I want to add some more artwork around, but that's a totally different subject. I'm gonna move on to the bathroom. I literally started cleaning the bathroom and I was like, I need to take a break. I didn't realize it until I was kind of getting into the groove and I was like, oh, it's been brought to my attention that I'm hungry. So I'm having a little bit of a lunch-ish. I have one of these. These are kikkoman. They're like little instant miso soups. So while I'm having my little snack, I'm trying to get all the details or like take some time to read about the half marathon. This is actually part of me getting my life together because it's coming up in a few weeks and I haven't really looked at anything. So everything seems normal. I'm just trying to like read through the details. They have the course and everything now, so I'm very excited. And I have to pick up my bib, I think, the day before too, so, or a few days before. So the cleaning is officially done and I want to really quickly make a little bit of a grocery list. Usually I just tend to order my groceries, but I want to go into a store and look at, well, I want to go to Whole Foods and maybe Trader Joe's and get a few things. From Trader Joe's, I want to get some like freezer Trader Joe's specials, a few things for the days that I don't want to cook. And then from Whole Foods, I kind of feel like I'm going more into meal prepping these days, especially just for time's sake and also kind of, I guess, the way that I'm eating. So the way I typically like to grocery shop is I like to do protein, grains, vegetables, or protein, carbs, vegetables. That's typically how my dinners are, so that's basically what I like to do to structure my grocery shopping. So I'm gonna start with some proteins. I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling very uninspired in the kitchen, and I feel like that's mostly because a lot of my cooking, especially like now, is really just like functional. It's more so for my protein and getting the right amount of things that I feel like I need. I'm trying to also think about what exactly I want to eat. I was in a big Mediterranean kick for a while. I kind of still am. I actually had Mediterranean food last week, so maybe Mediterranean, but also maybe I need to take a break. I did really like that ground beef burger bowl situation that I did last week, so I don't know if I want to do that again. I'm gonna look on, can we not? I'm gonna look at my Saved TikToks really, or Pinterest. Go on my Pinterest. You know what, let me just do what I know how to do, and then I'll think about it along the way, because that always works for me. I feel like immediately I just felt myself getting overstimulated, so I'm gonna just go to my notes app. So let's do our proteins for the week. I'm thinking chicken breast. I'm also gonna put chicken thighs because I may just want some in the freezer. Breakfast sausage, which I actually usually get at Trader Joe's. Steak or ground beef. I think I have ground beef in my freezer, but I might want some more if I want to make a large like portion of something. I'm gonna do tofu. Let's do carbs. Ezekiel bread. And I feel like at some point in everyone's childhood, we were all eating Ezekiel bread. Like there was a crazy wave and then we stopped. Sweet potatoes, of course. Need rice. Actually, I'm gonna go back up here. I'm gonna get tuna and sardines because I'm a tin fish babe. Need some spinach, bell peppers, avocado, garlic. I have no garlic in my fridge right now. And I just put berries because it really depends on what I'm feeling when I go to the grocery store. I'm not gonna lie, I've moved somehow from eating a lot of fruit to eating a lot more veggies. That's just kind of been a natural transition. It wasn't even on purpose. I just realized in the last maybe a couple of months. Sure. The protein list is long, girl. I'm gonna put that here as a question mark because I'm not. I was contemplating getting a whole chicken, but I'm not in a whole chicken kind of vibe right now. All right, I think that's a pretty good grocery list. Hello, good morning, afternoon. We are currently getting ready to go to the grocery store now. I think the last time we talked, we were making our grocery list. In full transparency, because we're honest here, it's been like a day or two because we actually had some like torrential downpour come down and I didn't get to go to the grocery store. It was like a day and a half of like just really, really bad weather. So we're getting ready now. The reset continues. The good thing about the actual Whole Food delivery grocery thing is that I was able to see what I'm getting in my other like produce delivery this week. So I kind of was able to redo my actual like, this is actually killing me. I was able to redo my Whole Foods shopping list or grocery store shopping list. So I'm not getting as many things. Wearing basic clothes. I feel like I'm a cartoon character and I have a uniform, but yoga pants that I always wear. These are from Halara. I have a lot of pairs of them. And then this is my hoodie that I wear all the time. I'm hoping that the grocery store isn't packed today, but that's wishful thinking. I kind of want to vlog. I'll probably be a little bit nervous, so we'll see if I pull the camera out while I'm in there, but let's go. Let's stop talking and let's keep resetting. Yeah? So as you can see, everything is behind me. Grocery shop was a success, a little bit stressful, but a success nonetheless. Today was actually so beautiful. I couldn't even be as stressed as I would have otherwise been because it was so beautiful outside today. Like we kind of have a lot of overcast going on, but temperature wise was beautiful. I thought it was going to be too hot, but I felt great. So let me put you guys on real quick. This right here, this little combo, these are the elote corn dippers, basically like little dipping tortilla chips from Trader Joe's. And then this is their crunchy chili onion hummus. This combination, this is coming from someone who's not even a snacker, but this is the combination. Sun outside looks so beautiful. I can't help but be in a good mood, honestly. I just can't. The sun determines exactly how I'm feeling. what I'm up to. So we're on to kind of my favorite but least favorite thing, which is planning. But as someone who is working 9 to 5 and also doing YouTube on the side, and YouTube is a time commitment, one that I'm happy to make because I really like making my videos and everything, but it is a huge time commitment. And so I typically like to do this. So I have my work laptop here, and then I also have my personal laptop here. And what I am getting a bit more hang of, and I want to also, side note, put together like an actual digital planner at some point for myself. I'm kind of working on it to have something a little bit more outlined so that I'm kind of just like filling in more information rather than like moving from scratch all the time. But that's down the line. I think once I have like a good system that I can use consistently, then I'll feel more confident putting together like a more like digital planning kind of situation. But right now I use two things in terms of organizing and planning. I use my Google Calendar, which is where I actually put everything that I want to do. In terms of my ideas and all of these other things that I have for content, I like to keep them in Notion, but I also feel like I still put them in my notes, or I'll write something down really quickly. I have still multiple places where I have my ideas. So I've been slowly kind of moving everything and trying to streamline. I hate that word, but I've been trying to move things into Notion and just work solely in my Google Calendar and in Notion, so that as I kind of balance my 9 to 5, which is kind of comes first a lot because it is bills have to be paid, and YouTube, then I can kind of work those in together. Because it's the end of the week and I'm going into a new week, I more or less have a rough kind of draft of what my calendar is going to look like for the upcoming work week. I can like build around my work schedule what I'm doing for YouTube, and that's pretty much what my kind of setup is right now. I like to get into my Google Calendar, and the first thing I do is basically block off the days that I have a lot of stuff going on for work, and so I'll just put on like big blocks for my work calendar. Right now my planning process is kind of changing. I like doing a variety of videos because I enjoy that. So, and it also keeps things for me fresh and exciting. It's like my regular vlogs that I just think, to me, those are more like personal because I'm just doing whatever and kind of taking you guys along with me. For more content-y type videos, I kind of like to put those on the schedule so I know exactly when I'm gonna do that kind of stuff. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I feel like I just said a lot of things about a lot of things. I'm gonna sit here for another couple of like 45 minutes actually, and plug in all of the stuff that I want to have done and like all of the things that I want to do, and then I'm gonna go take care of myself. I do want to go get my nails done at some point, perhaps not today, but we'll move on to self-care once I'm done with also self-care. I feel like, actually, you know what, actually on the real, I do actually feel like this is self-care. So let me recant my statement. Planning, taking care of your business, doing the stuff that you have to do that is the not glamorous stuff is self-care. Like filing your taxes, self-care. Cleaning my house, self-care. Planning stuff so that I feel mentally relieved and have an understanding of what I need to do and what I want to do is self-care. Reframing the idea that self-care only comes packaged in getting my nails done or like doing a spa day is the only kind of realm that self-care can live in. I think all of this stuff is self-care. I think some of it is just a little bit less glamorous and a little less relaxing maybe, but I do categorize all of that, all of the things that I've done and everything that I've been doing, because it is self-care at the end of the day, and you're taking care of your priorities and the things that are important to you and the things that help you be a better person for yourself and for people around you. So this has all been a big self-care reset, refresh. But that said, I am gonna have the more gentler kind of self-care after all of this, because baby, I need it. Hello, here's a little dinner cam. It's looking small, but that's because I'm not super hungry. I roasted some sweet potatoes, and then I have haddock that I roasted with some tomatoes, and then I have some kalettes. So we are back from the nail salon. These are the nails. The flower was like a last minute decision, but I really like how they turned out. This salon I've been going to for a couple of months now, and I feel like they finally get me. So we're a little bit locked in. Now I want to finally get to the rest of the self-care. I want to groom my brows. I think maybe I'll start with the brow grooming. I want to wax my armpit. Don't even look at my armpits. Okay, they're crazy. I've been practicing with my armpits for maybe 2 to 3 waxes now, so I'm getting better at my technique. It's still in progress, but I'm getting better. And then I'm gonna wash my hair. This is probably the last week that I actually am gonna have this hair, because next week I finally run, and I really just wanted to have my hair out of my way while I finish this last kind of stint of training. I'm also gonna start by dry brushing, because I like to dry brush before I wax and shave. This is the dry brush that I'm gonna start off with. This is the handle. I kind of wish it was adjustable, because it is a little bit too big for me, my hand, but we're gonna start off with our little dry brush.
It's not that I don't want you here, yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear, no. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away, palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you, I try not to show how I feel about you, think you wish away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love.
We're clean. This is how my hair is looking right now. Definitely frizzy, but expected. My face is a little bit dry from being in that warm shower, so I'm gonna do a little bit of skincare. Not a big deal. I'm just gonna do a face mask actually while I do my hair. I'm gonna start with this. I feel like some of the brow dye did come out during my shower, but that's okay. We're still working out what my ideal shade tint is, but I'm not too worried about that. A little bit of hyaluronic acid. The mask I'm gonna use today is this SK2. It's one of their facial treatment masks. Actually, I prefer to get it from the website directly, pro tip, because you can get the serum. I don't know if, well, maybe they do this at Sephora too. I'm just not entirely sure because I haven't bought it from Sephora. But when you buy the mask, or when you buy the essence on their website, you actually can get the 2 masks and their smaller toner, and you get it all for the same price as if you had just bought the essence on its own, which I think is pretty clutch. So make sure you get your neck with all of that extra goodness. Also, another tip, if you have extra face mask stuff, like whatever is left over in the bottom, you can, at least I like to put it on my feet. My feet always feel soft, doesn't matter what mask I use.